Yo, what is going on, Rangers fans? I am Randy, and we are back for season number 3 of the Pokemon Global Battle League. And I know this is very short notice, as this will actually act as our week 1 upload as well. But the Rangers are back. For those of you who've been around before GBA D League, this was the league I was in before the D League was a thing for me. I used this a video from this league to get in. And it's kind of stuck with me because, you know, they gave me the opportunity to get into the D League, so I'm grateful. But it's a very casual league. A lot of people here are just live streamers trying to have fun. Obviously, a lot of us try hard, and, you know, we prep, and, you know, we do, you know, we know draft somewhat. But it's a very casual league, so a lot of the tiers are a little whack. Although we did fix that from last season, somewhat. I mean, there's still some weird stuff, but I mean, we just want to have fun, man. This league is just, well, having a lot of fun, being casual, trying to be a little bit different, but, you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, it's just fun. Like, for me, draft league, I love playing the games, man. Building is always a pain for me. Like, it's hard for me, although it is pretty cool to build. Editing could be a pain sometimes. Recording the video is a lot of fun, but to me, man, just being in the battle, where it's whether it's live com or post com, just battling with draft teams, man, it's so much fun for me. And I obviously haven't, in my mind, I always tell myself I'm drained out. But when I start playing the game, all that goes away. So I want to play in this league. It's going to be a lot of fun. Got a lot of new coaches here. I believe there's only like 4 returning from the very first season. I'm sorry, 5 from the first season of the 14 that we have. So pretty interesting numbers you got there. But the returning champion is back. The first 2 season champions are still in the league. So last year this last season, which actually finished up this recently and then the spring, I lost in the final to Vizually, coach of the Cincy, or Vizually. I forgot. I know he said it. I forgot to say it, but I gotta go watch his video again. I forgot how he says it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and list off all the coaches here. We got. I'll do it in order of the logos you see. This is a badass logo, by the way, made by Kevino Latino on Twitter, man. Oh, that's so. The hippo's so clean. I mean, the wording could probably be a bit better, but like, dude, it's so fresh. The hippo is like the cleanest thing ever, man. I'm pretty sure he like drew that himself, so that's sick. Like, I don't know, I love the logo. I'm the one that came up with the hippo like kind of design like this, so it looks great. And by the way, I'm looking at my second monitor here. That's why I'm looking over here. 2 monitors. Never thought it'd be this more useful, but anyways, let's jump into the people who are in the league. So as you can tell, I'll go from top left to the bottom right. Kentucky Typhlosions, we got MrChabry returning. I'll put the links all in the description below, like every week I will. MrChabry, who's a very nice contender over in the Eastern Conference. The Motown Marowaks, returning from last season. Grim Who. We have New Jersey Brobats, coached by the commissioner Rewt 8100. We got the returning champion, Cincy, Scizors, Vizually, the guy who does so many Wi-Fi battles. We have Donphanatic, a guy we're familiar with, who are actually facing in week 1, coach of his Norwich Skitty. We have South Texas Sableyes, coached by In Vivid Color, Josh, pretty good friend of mine, met him in real life, pretty cool dude. Of course, you got yours truly, Randy, coach of the Texas Pokemon Rangers. We have the Miami where's the name? I can't read it. Where is it? Miami Donphanatic, so coached by the Killer Nacho, the original, the OG TKN, man. I'm excited to have him in the league. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Next up, we have the Copenhagen Saucebucks, coached by Frosted, the only female of the entire league. Root's very adamant about having chicks in this league, and I don't got a problem with it. But you know, hopefully she lives up to Banana's hype. I'm just kidding. It's a lot of fun. It's a casual league. We have the Alamamala. That's gonna be a pain to say whenever we fight against coach of the Ominous Acid. Very nice. He actually made. I'm going to show him my roster in a few seconds. You guys, my roster. And he's the one that actually made that the page, the overlay. So shout out to him for that. We have the Munchlaxter United, coached by King Bub. Very nice dude. We have the New England Evolutions, coached by Sparrows. We have the New York Noibats, coached by Mewtwo fan Nate. Pretty cool dude. We battled him in the XBL. Very cool dude. And then finally, we have the New York Charmander, coached by Hannonz. So there's other guys are in the league. Of course, if you're interested in checking out any of them, the descriptions, their channels will be in the description below. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Again, casual league. I didn't really put that much thought into drafting, but I just know I wanted one particular Pokemon, and that one particular Pokemon was Mega Garchomp. So we actually did indeed grab the Mega Garchomp. We'll take out my webcam and image for this so you guys can see. But as you can see, Mega Garchomp was the one I wanted. I got it first round because it was a tier 3 Mega, man. We decided to throw it in tier 3. I don't know. Tier 2 is where it should be, I think. Tier 1's probably where it should be, but tier 2, to me, it's where it's at because no one's ever going to draft a tier 1. I want it in tier 2, man. And it's fine in this league because we have to Mega Evolve first turn. Whereas if we didn't, I could have a regular Garchomp as a tier 3 Mega. So, like, that's not what we wanted to do. So, I don't know, dude. I kind of convinced Rewt to do it, so it's kind of my own fault. But I mean, who was gonna take Mega Garchomp round 1 if it's tier 3? They might have even taken it tier 2, to be honest. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Everything else we kind of just dropped it around. Mienshao and Hariyama, I know it's gonna come across as interesting, but I actually had to blade over Mienshao because my original plan was to make some transactions after I dropped my random stuff, because towards the end I kind of lost where I was going with it. I didn't ask my front office what I was gonna do, so I kind of messed that up. But I'll fix it. Hariyama's on the chopping block. I think Thundurus might be on the chopping block. We actually had Thundurus last season, which actually helped me out a lot. But as you can tell, the draft looks pretty fun, man. Clefable, I look forward to building with Clefable most of the weeks. Scoliped's obviously so much fun. Scolipede and Delphox being my Z Crystal users. Of course, I have Mamoswine and the GBA, and using Piloswine and PGBL is going to be a lot of fun. Zoroark's going to be a ton of fun. Delphox is something I've used in my very first draft league ever. I did it off screen. So I do plan on using that nicely. Celebi is interesting, of course. Everything looks fun, man. Obviously, I'll try to look into getting a steel type very, very soon, so be on the lookout for that. But this is my roster, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun to use. Using some mons I've never used before. Milotic's going to be so much fun to use too, man. Just look forward to building with these mons. Garchomp, of course, is the one I wanted to use for the longest time, so I just look forward to battling, dude. That's why I look forward. That's why I like these leagues. I like to forward just to building some mons and then just playing the game. That's why I do what I do. So that's my roster. So without further ado, that's my intro for the PGBL. I'll be uploading these on every Saturday, so it'll be with my GBA D League builders, which we don't have many weeks left. This is actually being uploaded during the week 8 bye-week upload bye that you guys have already heard of about. We actually took a break from that, from this week, from uploading to catch up on some stuff. So next week we'll be doing week number 8 of the GBA D League against Scizors, and then as well as week 2 of the PGBL. So let's go ahead and jump into week 1. Week 1 we are facing off against Jack, aka Donphanatic, coach of his Norwich Skitty. And of course we faced him in the GBA D League last season. Not that it really matters in this run here because his team's completely different, but I'm just throwing it out there because, you know, I want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up his roster real quick, that way you guys know what he has. I'll try to include an image on the page, but I probably won't. But his team consists of the Kieran Black, the Florges, Porygon 2, Donphan, Mesprit, Lycanroc, Midday, regular Rotom, Mawile, Mega Greninja, Salazzle, and Chestnut. Pretty interesting squad. Obviously, Kieran Black is a beast. We all know what it does. It's a monster. Mega Mawile and Kieran Black is a stupid, like, it's a stupid pair. You can't fight switching to those beasts. Greninja is a pain. Its speed is very incredible, and its coverage is nice. So those are the main 3 I'm worried about. Stuff like Porygon 2 and Florges can be very annoying to take down, depending on their bulk and what kind of spreads and what kind of mods I bring to the battle. Salazzle's a pretty interesting mod too. Its dual stab is actually very effective, so it's one of those things where I gotta be careful of. But this prep is gonna be a little shaky because I'm squeezing in the intro, so I won't go too in depth this week about the team builder. But expect next week's to be just mushed up into one. I'll probably be doing my rough team at the beginning of the video, and then I'll do the battle after. And most of these battles probably will be post-con. Up until I do stop GBA D League. D League only has a couple of weeks left, depending on how if playoffs are a thing. So just keep that in mind. But this week will be a post-com on Citra, but it is a pretty interesting battle, I'll tell you that. So just stay tuned. If you want to skip, I'll have the stamp at the beginning. But let's go ahead and jump into team preview here, and I'll go over my team as I decided to let you know what it is. So where's my game capture at? There's my game capture. Sorry. Alright. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. We have Jack. He brought the Mega Mawile, the Lycanroc, Salazzle, Porygon 2, Greninja, and the Florges. I'm kind of out of place. Meanwhile, I brought the Hariyama, the Mega Garchomp, the Clefable, Scolipede, the Piloswine, Zoroark. So, Go over my builds real quick. For the Hariyama, we have the Assault Vest, running a SPDF Assault Vest set, Close Combat, Knockoff, Heavy Slam, and the Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch was just filler. There's really no other move I could really run here. I guess I could have ran something like Earthquake to him all while, but Close Combat was doing, I believe, a little bit less, not too much less. I probably could have squeezed in Earthquake there. I'm not sure why I didn't do it. But I ran a more SPDF. It was careful nature. It was max attack, but it was careful to have a check to Scizors as well as Greninja, because those two were just gonna tear through my score. This build if I didn't bring some sort of answer to those two. But he actually ended up bringing both, so they could definitely break through after I take one hit from like a Specs Hydro into like a Sludge Wave. It would definitely be very annoying to deal with. But with the thick fat ability, I do check that Scizors rather nicely. So I definitely should have brought Earthquake to this matchup, but I don't know what I was thinking. Next up, the Mega Garchomp running max speed, max attack with a hasty nature, because I was actually running Flamethrower and Draco Meteor in order to deal with the Donphan and Chestnut that were probably going to be checks to the thing. Obviously, Fizz Def P2 with Ice Beam was probably his main answer to it, but I mean, I just figured having that would be cool tech. Draco and Flamethrower, and then Earthquake hits ridiculously hard with base 170 attack. And then my last move is Substitute, because I figured it'd be nice to sub on stuff like Mawile, stuff on like the Florges, so that way I can just get off free attacks, because it can actually break through Porygon depending on what rocks are up if he's taking damage, and he'll be forced to take a turn to break my sub. Next we have the Clefable, which is actually my pretty heat set here. I got near max speed, Timid Nature, Life Orb, near max special attack. It's a knockoff Moonblast, Fire Blast, and Soft Boiled. Offensive Clefable is actually pretty decent here, and with knockoff, I'm able to knock off stuff like the Florges, Leftovers, and Porygon 2's via Light. And then, of course, having Timid Nature with pretty near max speed, I'm able to potentially outrun his Mawile. I outrun an Adamant max speed Mawile, I believe. So, having that Life Orb Fire Blast can definitely kill it depending on its spread, but I do expect them to be carrying some bulk, maybe enough to outrun like a slightly invested Hariyama. Everything else could be dumped into bulk, so I look forward to using Clefable there. Next we have the Scolipede running, of course, Protect 3 attacks with a Z, Mega Horn, Earthquake, and Poison Jab. Piloswine running a more SPDF again nature of my Rock Sitter in this matchup here. And then finally, we have an Expert Belt Zoroark, just to take place as the Scolipede. I actually had it disguised as Scolipede in this game. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. I decided that Hariyama was my best lead here because it led up well against 4 out of his 6 mons he could have brought. The only fear I could have had was Mawile leading, because I actually have no switch into that thing. So if he leads Mawile, he pretty much just grabbed a kill turn 1. So that's kind of something I wanted to avoid. But I have some speed on the Hariyama. I felt worst case scenario I can just go for a CC and get some good damage on it, even at -1. But I mean, it's not really a good damage when I'm at -1. So let's go ahead and jump into the game. And I'll let you know right now, guys, this game is very, very interesting. So make sure you go watch Jack's side too. Jack's a cool dude. So he leads the Mega Mawile, as I just got over to discussing how annoying it's going to be. Sorry you can't see the Mawile. My screen's kind of big. I'll fix that for next game. But anyway, so here I decided to go hard Zoroark, because I felt Zoroark was the least useful member here. As he actually does go straight for the Play Rough on my Zoroark. This is actually my Zoroark, I just said. But this man actually misses his Play Rough, which sucks, because now this gives me a free Flamethrower. And look at this turn right here, dude. Look, the HP just goes all the way down. I get a crit Expert Belt Flamethrower, and in the first 2 turns, I have hacked Jack to hell and back, man. I just got an insane. It's insane how lucky I was there. So here he goes into Greninja. I have my Zoroark again. I just stay in and go straight for the Sludge Bomb, expecting him to either stay in or go hard into his Florges. Not gonna lie, in the battle, I thought for some reason Sludge Bomb was gonna be the most effective move anyway, even on the Greninja. I'm not sure why. So I go for Sludge Bomb, and with my Expert Belt, it is close to a 2-hit, but because I already got those first 2 turns of hacks, I was rewarded with another turn of hacks, and that poison pretty much almost lets me 2-hit it, which is insane. So within the first 4 turns, I've already nearly hacked my man Jack out, which is unfortunate. But you know, it's I don't know. We were chatting in the game, and it was pretty hilarious. But Forges has actually lived the next Sludge Bomb, and he's actually able to knock out my Zoroark with the returning Moonblast. So Zoroark does go down, but Zoroark pulled off some insane hacks there, and I couldn't be any happier with that. So with that, his Forges will die to poison. So Zoroark did pick up 2 huge kills against 2 of his biggest annoyances to my squad. So here, I do bring in the Hairy Mama once again as he brings in his Scizors, and I know I pretty much checked this thing 100%, so I do go straight for the knockoff here. I wish I would have had Earthquake, but I just didn't have it. I should have brought Earthquake. I don't know why I didn't. But Sludge Wave here, as you can tell, does a pretty good amount of damage, and he does get the poison, but I do have my Guts boost. And, oh, actually, I'm sorry, Dick Fat, I didn't have no Guts boost, but I'll go for knockoff here, get rid of his Life Orb, does some pretty good damage there. And this that's where I wish I would have Earthquake there, because Hairy Mama would have grabbed another kill there. But instead, I decided just staying in, going for the CC with my best play in case he wanted to pull some switch or whatever. And he actually does go hard into his Porygon too, as he felt. I guess he felt he didn't want Scizors to take the damage. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he was just on tilt at this point, man, because I figured he lost a small while. And we were still kind of just chatting on Discord. It was pretty hilarious, man. I look forward to watching his side again. Go watch his side of the battle, because I'm sure he's going to have some interesting commentary for us. I'm sure he's going to say some mean things about me, because I'm a bad player, and bad players get rewarded with hacks. So the Porygon 2 does die to my Hairy Mama, and Hairy Mama's just going to stay in here and die to the Scizors. At this point, I'm up 3-5. You know, I really don't know if I can lose this game unless I throw some sort of huge throw, although Greninja does have a chance if it gets some flinch hacks, but I mean, it's not likely. So next, I go into my Piloswine, and I just go straight for the Earthquake. He has no switching to this, and he goes for the Flamethrower, and with my Thick Fat, my Eviolite, and my Spadef Nature, that does no damage, and of course I resist poison, so I wouldn't have done much more or much less. So I finish him off with the Earthquake. And the last 2 are the Greninja, and I believe it's the, I forgot the last one, but I believe it was the Greninja here, and I decided to go for my Stealth Rock. The last one is Lightning Rock, so I go for Stealth Rock here. Probably didn't need to go for Stealth Rock, but I mean, I just did anyway, because I didn't want to have a Focus Sash and have a chance to win at some point. I'm not sure. It was a Z Crystal user, so I just figured going for Stealth Rock after my Earthquake was a fine play. But Earthquake does a crap load of damage there, because I am running some attack investment. But he does decide to go for Dark Pulse here. Just going for the flinch hacks, I suppose. Maybe he didn't have the water move, but I wasn't even sure about that. But getting out the late game rocks when he has 1 Mon left is kind of whack. But I mean, at this point, the game's already over. As long as I don't throw hard, because as long as I live this Dark Pulse, I can kill back the Greninja. And Lycanroc can't one-shot my my Garchomp, because my Garchomp's going to be the Mon I switch into it after this here. So I take out the Greninja. Piloswine grabs that kill. Piloswine's grab 2 kills here. And finally, the Puppy Power. Lycanroc will come in, knock me out, or attempt to knock me out. And I'll bring in Garchomp here and just win the game. So that's how the game went, man. I know, very boring game. I know, not very interesting, except the hacks, which is unbelievable. This is a 15-turn battle here. 15 turns. I pretty much won the game on turn 2 when I killed them all while. It sucks, man. I felt bad. He stole me with some, like, copyright BS. I'm going to go ahead and, like, just go for a click out here. Click out again. Hopefully that does it. But, yeah, man. I'm sorry, Jack. I know I can't control it. It's hacks. But that was a filthy game, dude. That was filthy. Those first couple of turns, like, you can't write it up, like, any worse than that. Like, it was just terrible. Horrible way to start the season for him, but at least your Rangers got a 3-0 start, which is pretty cool. But again, man, I just feel bad. I feel bad for Jack. He started off the season 0-3. I mean, it could have been worse, like, for having that kind of hacks in the game. It could have been a worse differential, but he's still gonna bounce back. He's a good battler, and I look forward to him bouncing back. Maybe we'll meet again, maybe sometime down the road in the playoffs, because I know I'll make the playoffs. I'm gonna sell that. I'm running it now. Your Rangers are gonna make the playoffs, but yeah, guys, that is the quick game. 15 turns. I don't know, dude. The Rangers are off to a good start. I want to know. Next week we do face the New England Evolutions, coached by the Sparrows, I believe. I don't know how I don't know that. I had everyone's name here. Coached by the Sparrows. I believe it's coached by the Sparrows. I'm not 100% sure. I already missed it out. but I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm going to look at the doc. I know I listed everyone's name just a few seconds ago, but I already forgot. Yeah, Sparrows, I had it right. So Sparrows, we face them next week in week 2. Don't worry, guys. Next week's video will definitely be a bit more organized. I'm just kind of doing the upload because I'm supposed to upload this in like 12 hours, so that's my fault. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to go check out Jack's commentary, and I made sure to have mine as interesting as I could given all the hacks. And yeah, guys, the PGBL is a pretty fun league. I'm going to be uploading this on Saturdays, and then GBA D League on Sundays. And then from there, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to try to get back into live streaming as school begins or as July ends. So if you guys do want to catch up on my streams, make sure you follow my Twitch link down below, as we'll try to be streaming within the next couple of weeks regularly. Might not just stream Pokemon. I might stream some Switch games like Mario Tennis or some Fortnite or whatever the case could be. So make sure you guys do drop a follow, and I will catch y'all next week for week number 8 of the GBA D League, as well as week number 2 of the PGBL. I'll see y'all then. Go Rangers.